Welcome back, friends. Well, we're going to look into the history of a little town called Brave in Greene County, Pennsylvania on this video. And it was connected. This little village was connected to the rise and the fall of a natural gas pumping station that was built by People's Gas. And as we go along, you'll find out it was an interesting place. The history is something. It finally got its name that endured, Brave, after a dog, a family pet. However, it was first called Kent's Mill, Kents Mill, and then simply after that they called it Kent. That was in the late 18th centuries, but Brave came about when a local resident, Mary Cohen, applied for a post office, and she submitted the possible names as Cohen and Hope and Nell and Brave. And when the request was approved, it turned out that the only name that they could have gotten was the name of the family dog, Brave. So that's how Brave came about. There was a natural gas boom in the area, and People's Natural Gas Company built this big compressor plant right there in Brave to push the gas all the way up to Pittsburgh and out in the other direction to Morgantown, West Virginia. And in 1907, it was the largest compressor station of the kind in the world, capable of pumping 26 million cubic feet of gas a day through the pipelines up to Pittsburgh. And not only did they build the factory, but People's Gas also created many well-paying jobs. They made a little town there. It had a hotel in it, had gas stations, stores, and a school. And the company even went so far as to sponsor a fast-pitch softball team. Now, there was an industrial disaster that occurred later on. On April 13 of 1917, an explosion at the company's gasoline manufacturing plant killed 6 people, and it was heard 15 miles away. People in Waynesburg, that's the county seat, 15 miles away the way the crow flies, it was heard over that great distance. And it had an environmental impact on the area. The gas plant did. Some of the water was used from Dunkard Creek as a cooling situation to cool down the process that they used in there that was so hot. And it necessitated them to build 2 dams and a lot of pipes. And the system was left in place when the plant was closed in 1959, and later on in 2009 it was blamed for pollution in the water. That there's a plant called golden algae bloom that killed a whole lot of the aquatic life there. So there was a big decline that came to the town. The larger pipelines were built in other places, and the Brave compressor station just became obsolete as years went by. It closed, causing the jobs to leave the area and the town's prosperity to dwindle. So Brave today is a quiet, rural little community where the residents work somewhere else. They commute to some of the neighboring towns around for work, and the brass fitting plant now occupies the old compressor station. I think it's the Anderson plant, and it used to be called the Accurate Brass, I believe it was, the Accurate Brass plant. But anyway, the last folks that ended up with it is Anderson, and the way I understand it's still making certain things today for the industries that use brass connections. And there's also, during the boom years, the information that I got on it says that the company built a large cement-lined, concrete-lined pool right in Dunkard Creek, which was once part of the cooling system, and nowadays families use it for swimming and for fishing. So that is the backstory on the little town of Brave. I hope you enjoyed this one, and drop back soon. It's been good having you.